things Apple here, and I am doing my Apple collection. Yeah, and I'm using an Apple product to record, so I can't really show you that. But it's a rose gold iPhone SE, and it's 64GB. So yeah, and I know my Apple collection is a little bit soppy. I know it's a little bit soppy, but yeah. To start us off, we've got this in the middle, we've got this MacBook. This is a MacBook Pro 13-inch, a 2014 one with Retina display. And I'm not going to unlock it in the video because that'll just be too long because the password's really long. Well, I'm not going to I'm not going to open it in the video. And I'm not going to enter the password. That's what I'm saying. Over this way a bit, we have the iPod Touch 4th generation. Fully working. Right. Fully working. And yeah. Brilliant device. In 2010. I had one myself. This is not the iPod I had back in the day. But this iPhone 4, which is also fully working. And yeah, I actually did have this back in the day. I had it when it was running iOS 4.3.3, I believe, yeah. iOS 4.3.3. And it was a brilliant device, and I still use it as my personal phone today, actually. And I have actually switched back to it. But yeah, it's been legally mine. No, I'm not going to say that because it's not true. But what I say about this iPhone being mine back in the day is true. Now, yeah, it is a bit showing its age a bit. You see, it's missing. It's got one of its screws missing there. And it has had a new battery before. Had a new battery 5 years ago. Yeah, I put a new battery in it 5 years ago. Yeah. It's nearly 8 years old. And yeah. And last in the Apple collection, I have an iPad 2. And it's on iOS 6. Yeah, my MacBook is on macOS Sierra. If unlock it. And it's fully working on iOS 6. It does not connect to the internet here at my uncle's house. And this iPod Touch 4th generation does not do that neither. Cannot do that neither, and you can no longer use the YouTube app on iOS 6. It will just load up and it will say update required. It will just load up and it will say update required. Well, here it's saying error loading, error while loading, tap to retry. But I just really use this iPad for work. Yeah, no app updates on here. But on here, there's 2. But yeah, iOS 6 is nearly 6 years old. iOS 6 is nearly 6 years. Oh, well, not really nearly, but iOS 6 is 5 years old. And in September, it will be 6 years old. iOS 4 is of course 7 years old. think it was released in late 2009. Yeah, iPhone OS 1, late to the June 2007. iPhone OS 2, September 2008. iPhone OS 3, September, iPhone OS, June 2009. Oh, wait. I confused myself. I don't actually know when iOS 4 was released. Let's hop on the iPhone 4 and have a look. Yeah, I know when iPhones were released, but I don't know when their firmwares were released. So I might not be good at typing this because I'm doing it on camera. So when was iOS 4 released? Okay, so June 7th, 2010. So the 7th of June 2010 it was released. Well, it wasn't released on that. Well, actually, no. It was released on the 21st of June 2010. And it was announced at the Worldwide Developers Conference, in brackets WWDC, on the 7th of June 2010. And I get it. The 7th of June 2010, as opposed to the iPhone 4 being released on the 16th of June 2010. I still don't get it. Because how can an operating system be released after How can an operating system be released after a phone that's running that operating system has already been released? How does that work? But anyway. In fact, I will. I unlocked the MacBook in the video. But I will not do it on video. So I'll see you in just one moment. Hi guys. Okay guys, so here's my Apple collection all on. All turned on. And yeah. So there's the iPod Touch 4th generation. The iPhone 4, the MacBook Pro, and the iPad 2. So, this is my Apple collection. The iPad 2, iOS 6, the MacBook Pro Retina, MacBook Pro Retina 2014. Let's lift that back up again, so let's get rid of that. And yeah, my iPad 2, MacBook Pro 2014 Retina, iPod Touch 4th generation, and iPhone 4. GSM iPhone 4, by the way. I'd tell you if it was a CDMA iPhone. I'd show you the features between the differences between a CDMA iPhone 4 and a GSM iPhone 4 if I had a CDMA one. And the thing is with the CDMA iPhone 4 is they're really rare. And they're really hard to get, and they're really hard to get your mitts on. So yeah, and I'm trying to get my mitts on an iPhone 2G, but that is because they are collector's items. That is because they are collector's items. And collector's items are a little bit on the pricey side. They're a little bit pricey. I've seen an iPhone 2G on eBay going for 19,000 quid. Yeah, going for 19,000 quid. You can buy a decent car for that. You can buy quite a substantially new car for that. And if it was like 2037 or something, I would probably pay 19, and I had 19,000 quid. I would probably pay that for a phone. But it'd be a phone that is highly obsolete. And if you've got USB killers in your iPhone 2G, go ahead, plug it in with your adapter situations. It won't break it because it doesn't give power. It doesn't give power to the iPhone 4 or before. I don't think it even gives power to the iPhone 5. No, I think it's the iPhone 6 and up. I think it's the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus and up. And so that means the iPhone 4 doesn't have any power for it, and the first generation iPad doesn't have any power for it. And I believe the iPad 2 does not have any power for it. Neither, so yeah. But the MacBook Pro, however, it does have power for it. It does give power to that. And boy, does it shoot the logic board, alright. Boy, does it substantially shoot the logic board. Don't plug a USB killer into your MacBook Pros, guys. Just don't do it. Go and watch Everything Apple Pro's video when he does it. He does it with speakers. He does it with speakers. He does it with the iPhone 4, the iPhone 2G and the iPhone 3GS, I think. He definitely does it with the iPhone 2G and the iPhone 4. He does it with a Lenovo ThinkPad. That's a mouthful to say. He does it with a Lenovo ThinkPad. That's on its last legs, and yeah, he does it with the Google Pixel and other more. I will not be linking the video because it's not my video I will not be linking the video in the description because it's not my video to distribute. I'm just telling you about it. If you don't already know about it. But it's not my video to distribute, so I'm not gonna be giving you a link for it. Anyway, this is All Things Apple, and we've just about run out of time in this video, so this is All Things Apple. No. This is All Things Apple. This is All Things Apple.